Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The Pilot Mindset. Gundam Battle Operation 2's suit selection is fairly diverse and complex, as one mole suit is not like the other. That is something that was not fully shown during the previous network tests for PC. For a lot of new players trying to understand mobile suit types along cost ranges or weight classes as it could be compared to, certainly is a bit overwhelming. I know this firsthand because I was in those shoes when I first started my time with GBO2 almost 4 years ago. While the starting hanger of mobile suits has changed over time since then, I've compiled a list of general type mobile suits that are accessible right at private second class. So if you're lucky and happen to have something off this list, you got your best foot forward. This is my top 10 generals for new pilots in Gundam Battle Operation 2. The 10th mobile suit on our top 10 list is the MS-06FZ Zaku Kai from Gundam 0080 or In the Pocket. It's a 250 to 400 cost general type mobile suit that boasts a decent amount of maneuverability, durability, and damage. This particular mobile suit originally did not come with a melee combo controller and some of the additional buffs that it currently has over time. However, this simplistic suit easily accommodates anyone learning the Xeon chopping melee style with the Heat Hawk, as well as the MG or Bazooka playstyle. The Zaku Kai doesn't possess a shield like some of the other units on this list, but it does boast a bit more bulk and can evade with its emergency evasion controller. Rounding out the Zaku FZ's weapons is a hand grenade that does a decent chunk of damage and gives a pilot the means of doing range damage to an extent while waiting on reloads to finish, or an opportunity to close in for melee. While it may not be as fancy with weaponry or feature a long shopping list of skills, the Zaku Kai is an easy mobile suit to learn basics with. In addition, this can be taken out into space as well. Coming in number 9 on our list is the RGM-79 GM Command, also from Gundam 0080 or In the Pocket. It is a 250 to 400 cost general type mobile suit that fills in a similar purpose to the Zaku Kai in a slightly different manner. With more recent changes to the GM Command ground, which includes health buffs, more custom slot space, and various stat changes, this mobile suit has a stronger means of survivability that's paired with a strong melee. This unit is great to learn the traditional Federation saber swings, as the GM Command features a melee combo controller and has more reach when compared to the Zaku Kai. The GM Command can also utilize a bullpup machine gun, beam gun, head-mounted Vulcans, and a hyper bazooka. Additionally, the GM Command also carries a shield into combat, which helps it stay in the fight for longer. The space version of the GM Command, or RGM-79 GS, shares some similarities in both visually and in its abilities to the ground variant, and deserves mentioning since some of the techniques for learning ground combat can apply in space. However, the space variant of the GM Command does not have the same stats, nor the heavy-handed melee stat that the ground version brings. Besides the point, the primary weapons that the ground version utilizes are shared with the space version, and are still a great option to use as a learning platform for Gundam Battle Operation 2. Coming in at number 8 on our list is another entry of the GM family. The RGM-79R GM2 is a 300 to 400 cost general type mobile suit that shares some similarities to the ground variant of the GM Command in purpose, but significantly differs from its utility. The GM2 features a decently sized health pool, average damage resistances, sizable customized part slot space, and an improved mobility over some of the one-year war-based mobile suits. Like most Federation-based mobile suits, the GM2 also brings in a shield for added survivability, and can utilize its own unique beam rifle, modified hyper bazooka, and harpoon gun. While it may not possess the harder-hitting melee found with the GM command, the GM2 also offers a good mix across the board with mobility, straightforward weapons, and a simple melee combo to learn. Coming in at number 7 on our list is the title runner itself. The RX-78 Gundam is a 400 to 600 cost general type mobile suit that shares a similar niche between the GM Command and GM2 as a simple frontline unit. Boasting a fast-charging low-heat beam rifle, a hyper bazooka, or a beam rifle variant with super napalm, the Gundam offers a slight variance in gameplay through its weapons, while keeping to the basics of holding down the front line and stunning the enemy when possible. While the Gundam features a decent beam saber as its means of close combat, the Grandpa Gundam can also substitute its use with a iconic Hyper Hammer. This, however, is slightly significantly for advanced play only and requires a lot of practice to be consistent with an unusual melee weapon. In addition, the Grandpa Gundam also possesses a decent defensive stat and maneuverability over more mass-produced mobile suits of the time. At number 6 on our list, we have the RGM-79N GM Custom from Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory. The GM Custom is a 400 to 550 cost general type mobile suit that features improved mobility and durability over its one-year predecessor due to its shared heritage with the Gundam Alex. The GM Custom comes to bear with a ballistic auto rifle that can reach out to medium distances but becomes less accurate with sustained fire. Like its GM brethren, the GM Custom can also utilize a modified Hyper Bazooka for extra firepower, and also can use the same beam rifle as the GM2 to stun. With the tools at hand, such as its reliable Federation Saber animation, the GM Custom is a decent mobile suit that can fill in as a reliable workhorse in the mid-range weight class frontlining for your team. Number 5, it's the RGM-79 Powered GM from Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory. This particular test mobile suit is a 350 to 550 cost general type mobile suit that possesses a high level of thrust and mobility in a simple and familiar package. Similar to the GM Custom that was mentioned previously, the Powered GM can utilize the modified Hyper Bazooka, GM rifle, and can use the bullpup machine gun shared with the GM command. Additionally, the Powered GM also shares the GM lineage with its iconic Federation Saber Swing animation, adding to the simple yet effective kit that is this mobile suit. At its native cost, it is one of the fastest general type mobile suits that one can use on the field, and has certainly earned its place. Next on the list is the RX-78 GBO2 Gundam Stamen from Gundam 0083. Coming in as a 550 to 700 cost general mobile suit, the GBO2 has a lot of mobility and a decent health pool to boot. However, the GBO2 is a very simplistic mobile suit, as it carries its iconic folding bazooka, GBO1 beam rifle for damage, and a forward sliding downswing. While it might not seem much at first glance, the GBO2 offers a level of finesse and consistent damage output that newer players will enjoy and have fun with, and still be able to punish speedy raid mobile suits. Since it is able to adjust and respond to changes in the field quickly, this is why it is number 4 on the list. Coming in at number 3 is the RX-78 GBO1 Zephyrantes from Gundam 0083. This suit comes in as a 550 to 700 cost general mobile suit with a very Spartan loadout consisting of the iconic GBO1 beam rifle, GBO1 beam saber, and recently buffed up unique head Vulcans. while the flinching factor with the Vulcans has been the icing on the cake in recent times. The meat and potatoes of the GBO1 is its unique 2-hit downswing. Boasting a lot of damage when both hits connect is what makes this suit still a menace in the right hands. However, because of the narrow window of you having to follow up, the GBO1 benefits from a decent amount of damage with a neutral swing. Paired with that unique melee is a decent amount of bulk, boost, and maneuverability that will certainly help you as a player stay in the fight. Number 2 is another mobile suit that recently got a buff, and that is the MS-14B Gelgoog High Mobility type. The Gelgoog Kaimo is a 450 to 650 cost general that pairs the aspects of the early production type Gelgoog and the mass production Gelgoog and essentially make it faster, better, stronger. With the recent addition of maneuver armor to fill its skill list, the Gelgoog Kaimo accommodates aggressive maneuvers and flanks with less likelihood of being stopped dead in its tracks. Compared to various examples, the Gelgoog Kaimo shares the Beam Naginata animation for all of its swings with most of the various Gelgoog type mobile suits, therefore has a narrow downswing animation that certainly requires care when following up for hits. One thing to note is that the Gelgoog Kaimo initially does not have a lot of melee defense, however the amount of space in the suit's custom parts slot is more than enough room to accommodate and address those blemishes. At the top of the list and after 760 plus combined sorties, the RX-178 Gundam Mark II is one of the best beginner-friendly generals that one can have to learn, despite being heavily power crept over the course of time. The Gundam Mark II also boasts a strong melee and high maneuverability, despite being fairly fragile with a lower than normal health pool compared to other general-type mobile suits at the same cost. As a kit, the Gundam Mark II comes with its iconic beam rifle, but is also able to use its Hyper Bazooka and Strap Bazooka variant. To supplement the Gundam Mark II's armament, it also features a fast-firing Vulcan pod and a glue adhesive stun for close-range encounters. While the effectiveness of the suit in today's GBO2 isn't quite what it used to be when compared to more modernized suits in the same class, Gundam Mark II at its native cost of 500 comes with the game's blessing as it is recommended as a beginner-friendly suit, something of an indicator that was recently implemented. This concludes my top 10 beginner-friendly mobile suits that are accessible for new players once you reach Private Second Class. While it could be said that getting into the statistics and science behind such suit choices should have been in a piece like this, I decided to go a bit more for a smoother approach. As mentioned earlier, GBO2 features a very diverse mix of different suit types and roles within the various weight costs that the game has to offer. However, new players sometimes just want to jump in feet first, so sometimes it's better to offer them choices and then break down the technical stuff when they feel like they are ready. Everyone will have their own mental list of suit choices that offer a beginner-friendly experience, but the more important part goes out to the new players is that most mobile suits will have their strengths and weaknesses, but your mind is what needs to stay open to take advantage of it all. With that, I hope you found the video informative and would like you guys to hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. Also making sure that your notifications are set to all. Have a good one, folks, and I'll see you all on the next video.